Well. So, we're going to be reacting to this video of this young lady talking about how guy pretty privilege is a thing. So, let's go ahead and get right into it and see what she has to say. Before the video starts, do you think guys have pretty privilege? I don't think a man should be called pretty, right? Maybe handsome privilege. But what do you guys think? I'm going to give my thoughts after her.
Stuff you can get away with if you're attractive is literally so insane. And everyone talks about women pretty privilege, but no one ever talks about guy pretty privilege.
I always appreciate it when women understand the different ways that they treat different types
Oh, never mind. It's a man. Let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
of men. Guy pretty privilege is another word for hypergamy. So first of all, I'd like to thank her for noticing. And second of all, I have a few stories for you to try to encourage you to maybe move up a few notches if possible. But first, listen to how she understands. It's therapeutic.
I think if the unattractive guys tried to do the things that attractive guys did to girls, they would be called out for harassment.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. I do believe that, right? Because there's a difference between me, the sexiest, most handsome man on planet Earth to ever exist, goes up to a woman, and then a fat, sloppy guy who doesn't even take care of himself, doesn't put in no effort, goes up to a woman. We could be saying the same exact things, but guess what? That motherfucker, she's gonna give him that, the fuck? Creepy ass motherfucker. She's gonna give him that look, right? No matter how many shots he takes. And there might be some woman that is his match because she's sloppy and she doesn't take care of herself either. And she might be like, okay, whatever, right? Like she's desperate. But the one that he actually wants, 9 times out of 10, is going to give him that treatment. And I'm not saying that as a handsome guy, if I do say so myself, that you can't get rejected, because I've been rejected as well. And listen, rejection doesn't faze me. And that's why I will never have a problem with women, is because rejection does not faze me at all. But I've been rejected. And I know if you guys are a long-term subscriber, you guys have probably heard this story of how one time I went to the gym, right? And usually I don't even approach gym women, right? Because it's just an interaction to where you approach her, and if she says no, now you're going to see her every day. And if you approach another one, now you're labeled as kind of like the gym creep. I don't really think you'll be labeled a gym creep if you're not a creepy guy, but you'll kind of be seen as that guy who's trying to holler at every single girl. It depends, right? If you look all creepy, then sure. But I went up to her, introduced myself, and Shorty was trying to act like she was like sick, and she like didn't want to touch my hand. Like, I like to normally like, hey, my name is so and so, right? Introduce myself, break the touch barrier. And she was like, she looked at my hand like that. And the crazy part is, like, I know you guys have heard this story if you've been around, but if you're new, the crazy part is, like I said, I'm not the type of guy to switch up when a woman says no. Like, if I find a woman attractive and she rejects me, I'm not going to switch my opinion. But the problem with this one was I approached her because I seen the behind from a distance, right? And I was like, okay. And then I approached. Shorty gave me that type of treatment, and the worst part about it is that her teeth were all fucked up. Her skin was kind of fucked up. So it's one of those to where you're like, ugh. When you get up close, you're kind of like, ugh. Maybe I don't want to go for this one. But you're already there, so you got to be polite. You got to continue with it. But guess what? She gave me that type of treatment. But listen, again, as a man, if you are more attractive, it won't happen to you as much. There's going to be some women who do. Maybe they have a boyfriend. Maybe they have a boyfriend and that's why they're treating you that way. This is why rejection shouldn't faze you. Maybe she had a boyfriend and that's why she was looking at me like that, because in the back of her mind, she's like, I'm not talking to no guy other than my boyfriend. Maybe I'm not her type. Maybe she likes, an ugly man. Maybe she doesn't like handsome men, right? Maybe she likes white guys. Maybe she likes black guys and I just don't fit her mold. So it has nothing to do with me. So that's why rejection shouldn't faze you. But if you are a man, you should most definitely be taking care of yourself and not becoming the best version compared to somebody else, the best version of yourself. Putting an effort to becoming as attractive as you can possibly be. Don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to this other man. Compare yourself to how you were yesterday. Are you better than you were yesterday? Are you better than you were last year? Okay, there you go.
This girl from an old video said, don't catcall me unless you're attractive, And then she said it was a joke, which means it's kind of true.
But if an attractive guy did what unattractive guys did, it would be considered cute.
This is where my stories come in. I did some not very cute things that...
And that reminds me, right? That reminds me on this point. Literally, I'm going to tell you what I've been told, right? There was this one woman. I approached her. She gave me her number. And she had told me, like, oh, you know, I usually be giving out the fake numbers to all the other guys who I don't find attractive. Like, Shorty had a fake number. She had a fake app, the Text Me app. She had a fake app giving out fake numbers to the guys that she found unattractive. And she said, I gave you my number because I found you attractive. And guess what? Like, that's the difference right there. If we're saying, we could be saying the same things. We could have said the same things. I don't know what the other guys are saying. But the fact that she doesn't find them attractive, they don't get the same level of treatment. But that shouldn't discourage you as a man. That should only motivate you to get better. But then once you do get better, understand that rejection, you're not just immune to rejection. Nobody on this earth is immune to rejection. Sure, there's fucking celebrities and millionaires and shit like that women are like flocking to them because of the social proof and all this other shit. There's a difference, right? But that doesn't mean that they can't get rejected. Because that same celebrity could walk up to some girl, and if she's really, really, really loyal to her man, I know that's rare, right? A woman being loyal, rare. Yeah, most of these bitches are fucking whores. But listen, that guy might get rejected too. And he has all the attractiveness. He has all the money, all the social status, all this. But he still got rejected. So no man on earth can go up to any woman and never get rejected. It's not a thing. It's impossible. Okay? So that should motivate you as a man to understand that rejection is a part of the game.
Went over just fine.
I feel like attractive guys have kind of like a act like an asshole card that they could use whenever they want because they have a pretty face. And they have unlimited ways on how to hit on women without being a creep.
Yeah, you can say quite a wide range of things, and it will be okay, but only as long as she feels...
This man got the fucking... This man got the hoologics. I don't even know, the hoology on point. This man has a study. This man has boards studying with different levels. I like it. Hey, it's cool. It seems cool so far, right? I don't really know what he's talking about. He's talking about hypergamy. I don't really believe in all that shit, right? Like, listen, hypergamy, I get it, right? It's usually like a red pill term, but I believe that, you know, women might go for another man, but it's just such a deep topic that if guys don't have game, guys don't understand how women work, they just go with this term that they heard on YouTube, hypergamy, hypergamy, hypergamy. Brother, you don't understand the nuances, you don't understand how deep the game goes, because a fucking pimp, that pimp, guess what? He's not paying the woman anything. So by the hypergamy standards, wouldn't she be going to a man who's actually giving her more and paying her more? No, the pimp actually gives her man all the money. So you just got to understand that, yes, there is nuances. Don't go with this whole red pill fucking term and say, oh, women are hypergamous. Women are hypergamous. Red pill, blue pill, green. Like, bro, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dog.
Like this about you. This is a drawing of me when I was at my most attractive and a relationship that I had during that time where I did nothing and she did more than she should have. This is a timeline of that relationship. I had a crush on this girl when I was 11, and she pretty much ignored me until after college when I lost weight and got...
The name of this channel is called Ho_Math. Y'all, go check him out. Maybe he's talking some real shit. I like this, though. It's creative. I don't know what he's saying so far, but I like this whole setup. Like, it's obviously very creative. It has 1.4 million views. Guy Pretty Privilege is the name. Ho_Math is the YouTube channel. I don't want to take this guy's whole video, and he clearly worked for it, so go check him out.
Got in shape. And she sent me a suggestive message on Facebook where she saw my pictures, and we began a certain kind of relationship. And eventually, she let me know that she had been cheating on a different guy with me. And I said, well, that's a bad idea. You should...
Oh, boy. I've seen guys do this. And this is the biggest mistake that you can make as a man. Listen, I might react to more of this content because it has a lot of things that I can add on to, but I've seen guys do this. Their girlfriend will have cheated on their boyfriend with them, and they, for whatever reason, they cuff her. Listen, guys, what the fuck makes you think that that woman is going to be loyal to you? You're just Mr. Handsome? You're just like, oh yeah, I'm just so much more handsome than her boyfriend. I'm just so much more smoother than her boyfriend. I'm just so much more, in shape or whatever than her boyfriend. You don't think there's someone out there who, might be? I mean, for me, it's a different case, right? Because I'm just fucking with y'all. But listen, you don't think there's another man out there who's has more money than you, has more muscles than you, maybe has more looks, maybe knows how to talk to women better? What makes you think that that's a good idea? Don't ever get into a relationship with a woman who's cheating on her man with you. That is a have fun type of girl, because that girl will do you the exact same way. The exact same way. Because in her mind, her man, for whatever reason, is not treating her right. So she's thinking, the grass is greener on the other side. Let me go and find out. And here you come, Mr. Save-A-Ho. You cuff her. And now, when you guys have an argument, when you guys have something going on, guess what happens? History repeats itself always. And she's going to be thinking, the grass is greener on the other side. There's going to be some guy over here telling her everything she wants to hear, telling her how you're a bad guy, telling her how you are treating her bad. And guess what? She's going to do the same thing that she did to you. So don't ever get into a relationship with a woman like that.
Probably either have a boyfriend or have fun, and you should pick one. And so she did. She got rid of him and said, now we can be together. And I said, well, that's not part of the deal. This guy's just going to be me later. And she said, oh, darn, and continued seeing me anyway. And also, I had no money, and she had money, so she paid for everything while I continued to see other girls on the side. That's how much difference this can make. If you can cross this line, you're going to experience quite a big power differential.
Unattractive guys have to be more slow.
And speaking from experience, I will say that, when you do get more attractive, when you do have a nicer body, when you have a nice ass haircut, guess what? You're going to get different treatment. Like growing up, I had no beard. I had some fucking crazy outfits. I didn't have the best fucking, haircut. I had some weird ass haircuts. I was super skinny fat. I didn't know how to speak. I was unconfident. So I've seen it all. I've lived both lives. For you, the viewer, who you're unconfident for whatever reason, listen, hit me up on Instagram at Optimal Man Coaching if you need help. Let's talk. I answer all my DMs unless you're a weirdo, okay? But listen, I've experienced both lives. I've been the guy who's fucking, not attractive. Women don't really look at him. Unconfident. Doesn't know how to, socialize and come out of his shell. I've been that guy. And I've also been the guy who's confident, who's attractive to women, and sees the difference. So yes, some guys say, looks maxing, that doesn't make... Listen, yes, some people take it too far. And they start caring about every little detail. Oh, I gotta do this, and I gotta do that, and I gotta look all cute for women. Like, okay, there's a certain point where you just start you care too much about what people think. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't improve yourself, that you shouldn't actually work on yourself, because I promise you, it is a difference. When you walk into a place and the women look at you, the women are looking at you, giving you the eyes, guess what? It's a different feeling. When you have a girl and she's constantly jealous about you because she's thinking about how, you might be out there with some other woman or whatever the case may be, you don't get that when you're an unattractive guy. When you're an unattractive guy, guess what? Your woman's like, no woman wants my man. Do you really want to have that feeling? Or do you want to be the guy who women admire, who women find sexually attractive, who women give their real number to and not their fake number? Which one do you want to be? Just ask yourself.
About it, they have to be more nonchalant and sneaky about hitting on a girl.
Sneaky, okay. We used to call that getting to know someone. When you're familiar...
Wait, what did she say?
to be more slow about it. Unattractive guys have to be more slow about it. They have to be more nonchalant and sneaky about hitting on a girl.
Yeah, they try to go in through the back door instead of just busting in through the front door. Like they try to be all, oh, I'm gonna be her friend, and later on in the future, I'm gonna try to, sneak my way in there. That's why it's so pussy to do that shit. Like, level up as a man and then have the balls to state your intentions from the beginning. Don't fucking wait, because then you put yourself in that category of the friend zone. And once you put yourself there, you're never getting out.
Sneaky, okay, we used to call that getting to know someone. When you're familiar with somebody, it becomes easier to create that bond. And maybe you, as an individual, can work your way out of it, but you can't have everyone works their way out of it. Because if they did, and everybody became more attractive, women would just reevaluate this into another one of these. There would be 80% of the guys who made it would be reevaluated into the didn't make it zone. And those guys have no choice. They have to get familiar with women first. Otherwise, they just get completely left out. And that's why the world is looking more and more like this. People don't get to know each other anymore. And if you try, women will call it sneaky. That's the one thing she said that I didn't like.
They all
No. I get what she's saying, though. By sneaky, what she means is like they will try to be her friend first. It's not like, hey, listen, I would like to go on a date with you. Let's exchange information. Let's go out sometime. That's not being sneaky. That's letting her know your intentions. You're not saying, hey, I want to fuck you. But let's be honest. You're going on a date. You're going to link up. You're going to exchange numbers, not Instagrams. She knows what you want. You're being direct. You're not being sneaky. She knows you wants to fuck. She knows you want her on her knees, receiving back shots. Like, she knows this. But the guy who is unattractive, what she means by sneaky is that he'll be like, hey, can I get your Instagram? And he'll be liking all her pictures. He'll be commenting shit. Hey, we should hang out sometime. He's not going to say, hey, I want to go on a date. He's going to say, hey, can we hang out sometime? He's going to go hang out. He's never going to make a move. He's never going to tell her that, hey, listen, I would like to get to know you in a more intimate way. He would never give off no vibes like that. He's just trying to chill, be the gay best friend until one day he just believes it's going to fall in his lap. And then that's what sneaky is. So I get what she's saying.
also can't be arrogant and rude, where a lot of attractive guys get away with being rude.
That's me. I used to be rude. I was so bitter after I found out the difference between how people treat you when you move from here to here that I actually made a game out of what is the rudest thing that I can say to someone who I know.
Now that I have a... Hold on one second. Now that I have a, plastic bottle that I'm drinking out of today, all the motherfuckers will be saying, he didn't drink nothing out of that cup. Because normally I be having my cup and I be drinking that little last bit, that little last sip, and motherfuckers be commenting, he didn't drink anything out of that cup. Like, bro, you really think I would be sitting here drinking air? What is the purpose of that? Now y'all can see that I'm actually drinking something.
Already likes me before she doesn't like me anymore, and I never found it. I wrote a few of them down, but I don't feel safe showing you. I played other games too. I once met a girl on the computer. I went to her place 3 times without ever telling her my name. And then on my way out the door the 3rd time, I said, "Are you gonna ever ask me my name or what?" And she said, "I didn't want to offend you." Like I was gonna say, "Whoa, you're moving a little fast, aren't we?" No, I'm not encouraging any of this behavior. This is degenerate. The only reason I did it is because I was bitter, because I couldn't be liked without being likable. I didn't want to put in the work to get out of this area, and when I finally did, I still felt like this on the inside, and I said, "Oh, now it's my turn to do this to someone else." And that's not what we need more of. That kind of stuff just goes back into the dating pool and makes everybody more miserable and harder to deal with.
Now, the difference between an attractive guy and an attractive girl is like so different. An attractive girl, sometimes like they don't get guys, they get rejected because people get jealous of them or they're really...
Are we lying today? Is it lying day? Is it lying season? Come on, stop the cap.
intimidated or they're jealous. And it's just really hard to be an attractive girl, but for an attractive guy, literally it's like living on the red carpet with silver platters of opportunities handed to you constantly.
Well, not job opportunities. This was roughly my attractive era from here to here, and this was my net worth. And then I had nothing, and now I have internet money. But yeah, she's not wrong. This is an easier position in the market than this. It's easier to get what you want. Now, I wish we could get away from this app style of dating and back to the classics, but I don't know how we're gonna do that. This might even get worse. At least people are starting to get it. But for now, if you are not working on yourself, you are potentially giving up a lot of power. Just don't misuse it when you get it, or you'll eventually turn into me.
For sure. If you have no value, listen, if you have no value as a man, then you don't even have the position to walk away. You have no value. So you can't walk away. So when your woman disrespects you, when your woman doesn't abide by the boundaries that you've set, you're more willing to stay. You're more likely to stay there, get in a relationship where you're cucked, where your woman is fucking other dudes, when your woman is messing around, and guess what? You're going to stay. Why? Because you have no value. You know that intrinsically, and you're like, if I break this off, not only am I going to go away from the woman who I love most, but then I'm going to go back into the dating game. I'm not going to get any women because I look like shit, I talk like shit, and I smell like shit. So guess what? Work on yourself. Because when you work on yourself and you actually take the time to improve, you have that confidence about yourself. You have that arrogance to where women can't fuck with you. Because, listen, do you see me, baby girl? If you really want to play, you really want to disrespect, you really want to cross boundaries, no worries. Carry on with your life. I'm going to find me a new chick. It's that simple. But you don't have that mindset when you're a guy who's unattractive, fat, unconfident, and you know you can't pull a bitch to save your life. That's what I'm trying to teach you guys, is to work on yourself so that you create that mindset. And then you will see way better results with women.
But without the internet money.
Well, guys, that is the video for today. As you can see, we got the whole maths. So like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. I'm out of here, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next video. If you want to see my daily life pretty much. Hey, shut up. If you want to see my daily life pretty much, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I post every day on my stories. Peace out.